Hey, it's BrickTsar.
And they might be bricks.
And in this video we're going to talk about LEGO and Jurassic World. And we're going to talk about how the Jurassic World LEGO sets either tie in with the movie or they don't. So there may be some spoilers. Well, there will be some spoilers. This video will not be a synopsis of the movie, Jurassic World. But we will be talking about the LEGO sets and how they relate.
So if you haven't seen the movie, I don't recommend watching this yet because it won't make sense, and if it doesn't make sense to you, it would ruin the movie.
Right, and we'll also give you our thoughts on the movie, and maybe even talk about where it ranks with the other Jurassic Park, Lost World, Jurassic Park 3 movies. So you ready?
Yeah.
All right. The first set we'll talk about is the Pteranodon takedown. Is that what it's called?
That
capture.
Yeah.
All right. So this actually does have some things that tie in with the movie, and what would that be?
It would be Masrani flying the helicopter.
All right. So Masrani, who's like the owner or something of Jurassic World,
and it has a AC unit.
Yeah. ACU.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's ACU guy with him. There were, I think, 2 in the movie, but it depicts them trying to capture the Pteranodon. It does show a guy falling out of the helicopter, which did happen in the movie.
Yeah.
But they weren't actually trying to capture the Pteranodons. What were they? They actually were looking for the Indominus, and the Indominus saw the helicopter and busted into the, is it an atrium where they are?
Yeah.
And he sent, and the Pteranodons attacked the helicopter.
It's like the bird cage in Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, so it looked like it's glass. Almost.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so this ties in with the movie, but not completely accurate. But because they weren't trying to they were not on a mission to capture Pteranodons. They were on a mission to find Indominus, and the Pteranodons turned on them. All right, the next one is the Dilophosaurus set, which is, I always forget the name, Dilophosaurus Ambush. What about this? There are things that tie in with the movie. Number one, we get Gray in a gyrosphere. Of course, he was in a gyrosphere with his brother. They weren't in 2 separate gyrospheres.
And you get the vehicle with the ACU unit.
Now, how does the Dilophosaurus tie in with the movie?
The Dilophosaurus wasn't necessarily an animal in the movie. It was
a holographic.
A hologram to distract a Velociraptor.
Yeah.
That was it.
Gray hit the button and the Dilophosaurus appeared and it distracted the Velociraptor.
But you know, since I made the set, it looks like the Dilophosaurus is chasing Gray, so it could be in a deleted scene, so we don't actually know.
Yeah, we're thinking maybe they had a deleted scene because, yeah, the way they got it depicted there, like he said, it looked like the ACU guy was coming to save Gray from the Dilophosaurus. But you're in that sphere, and the Dilophosaur... Alright, the next set is the Raptor Rampage, which, if you've seen the previews for the movie, the trailer of the movie, or the movie itself, you know that, yeah, this one definitely is key to the movie. Why is that?
Because the Velociraptor, it's basically, look, so you got
Claire driving the truck,
and the Velociraptors turned on them, and you got Chris Pratt Owen riding his motorcycle.
And it didn't have the AC unit on the top of the truck, but the vet truck, I think they did a good job, and maybe we might show some pictures, or you can check out the actual reviews. We'll put links to all the reviews to these sets. But the truck does look a lot like the truck in the movie. In fact, in the interior, when Gray and, what's his brother's name, Zach, go into the truck, they have to sit down, and they got the control units near the front, and that's pretty much the way the truck looks. So I thought they did a really good job with this set, accurate to the movie, although there was not the little cannon thing on the top of the truck. But the Velociraptors, and this is the one, blue, he's got the little streak of blue on his, he's green here in this set, but he's got just a little tiny streak of, he's like the main Velociraptor.
Also, the actual Velociraptors, you see these little covers on them, like little things that hold the camera. In the actual movie, the cameras weren't like that. Those things are on them were like when they're inside of the actual raptor house thing, or the cage.
No, they had them on. Remember?
Yeah, except it didn't cover them all the way like that. It only went across the straps.
Remember he removed it.
And it was only like that.
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't as...
Like,
well,
it wasn't necessarily... And the camera was on the side, too.
yeah, it wasn't on top of his head. That's about as... You know, when you're dealing with a small scale, that's probably the best they could do. It does look more like there are things in the cage, but they did have something on their head. Alright, next up is Raptor Escape. And this one is part of the movie. They've kind of... Actually... Yeah, it's got the vet that falls into the raptor cage. Actually, in the movie...
He doesn't.
He
doesn't fall into the raptor cage.
Oh, well, they... Alright, you're looking at the back, they're looking at the front. In the front, it shows the vet falling into the raptor cage. On the back, it shows Barry falling into the raptor cage, and Barry did not fall in, so that is correct.
Yeah, Barry, in the movie, you see him about to die, but he doesn't die. Because you never see him get...
Yeah, when the raptors turn on everybody, all the other guys get eaten. Barry is saved at the last minute, but you don't know how he gets back to the compound or whatever. So then you see him at the end of the movie. I like Barry.
Yeah, me too.
But it has two more of the raptors. It has the quad, which is important.
Yeah, that was that. Yeah.
And Barry drove the quad, and other. It came in a few times in the movie.
Also, if you notice in the trailer, the raptor pen that they used in the movie, they made it in the trailer look like that's where the Indominus was, except it wasn't.
They did.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. But the so that one's key. They've shrunk it. You know, when the guy fell into the raptor pen, it actually he was on a walkway that went across it. Here it's just a little, almost looks like a crow's nest.
I kind of want to build the actual walkway.
And they've made these small. They made them triangular, and that's not really the way the compounds work.
It was like an octagon.
All right, the TRex Tracker. Very important set to get for the movie because
of the T-Rex.
You got the T-Rex. So the T-Rex is in the movie, not just a cameo. Not, you know, this is where you'd be giving away too much of the movie, but pretty much what I expected to happen. You don't have to hide your face the whole time.
I want to.
But pretty much what we expected to happen happened with the T-Rex. I mentioned it in my review of it, but this was never in the whole rest of the set was not in there.
No, not that.
They never showed a vehicle.
The T-Rex never even escaped. Like most of the animals never actually escaped of the compound. The only animals that escaped was the Indominus and the Pteranodons and the Raptors, which.
Yeah, no animals actually escaped.
Because they were still in control.
And actually, the Raptors didn't escape.
Yeah, they actually let them out, but
yeah,
they were still in control of most of the pins that the dinosaurs were in.
Right. So they never went on a search mission, which I thought my interpretation of the sets and what I had seen from the previews was that perhaps they went to capture the T-Rex and then bring them to where the Indominus was to fight them. Now this fight, obviously, that probably you can anticipate even if you haven't seen the movie. You probably kind of see that coming. I mean, that's obvious. I mean, you see the previews. He's obviously the Indominus has killed other dinosaurs. You know, or when's he going to fight she going to fight T-Rex? But they never did bring her to the Indominus that way, not with a vehicle. So it does have Hoskins, which
I don't like him. I liked him.
He's a completely unlikable character.
Yeah, I like when he got punched in the face.
Yeah. And usually those characters like that, it's kind of like you know they're going to get eaten at some point. He was basically the dentist in Jurassic World. Yeah. So he probably should have got in a set with a Velociraptor. I'll just say that. So, gotta get this set because of the T-Rex. This is my favorite of the sets because of the T-Rex. I do like the big vehicle, but the vehicle is not in the movie. But we do get Hoskins, who is kind of a main antagonist character in the movie.
Oh, look, they do have the little flare though. They're holding to get the T-Rex.
Yeah. You remember in the first Jurassic Park movie where they used the flares? that comes into play in this movie as well. All right, next up is the Indominus Rex Breakout. Now, the Indominus Rex does break out. A lot of things in this set are very good for this for the movie.
Yeah, but a lot of them aren't really good.
Well, I mean, just the way the doors have the jagged edge. That's in the movie. Having the Indominus come out the door.
Oh, and the cracked glass. Remember?
Yeah, there was one of the glasses in this set is cracked. Can't see it from this view. We got Woo, who I don't like anymore. It has a small helicopter that didn't come into play, and it has a gyrosphere. Now, the gyrosphere the Indominus did attack the gyrosphere.
I wish they had, like...
And they did use the crane to lower the food in.
Yeah, but we could have it, like we were going to make it, we could get the truck that the kids are hiding in, we could have it where Owen was under that, like in the movie.
So basically, the Indominus Rex escapes through the front door, and if you've seen the previews, you see like the claw marks. That's not how he gets out.
Yeah, it trips.
And when he comes out, that's where the Jeeps would come into play, where they were trying to hide under the Jeeps or in front of the Jeeps, and so that would have been good to have.
He's the one that died, and he's the one that got picked up. Remember?
Yeah. So the one thing they don't have the attendant for the Indominus pen.
I mean, like the one that opened the door. I don't think they would have had that. Anyway.
Yeah, there's kind of a chunky guy that was kind of the security guard at the Indominus pen. They don't have him in this set. I think that would have been better than another ACU. Although ACU guy does die in the.
But it was kind of more of a gruesome death. The other guy.
Yeah, because basically, once the Indominus has eaten a few people, he don't have a need to eat more people. So I keep saying he, but she's just killing anything that moves.
Because remember, all the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are female.
Yeah, except for the ones that changed.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the Indominus set. All right, the next set, which we don't have yet, it'll be here soon, is the Gallimimus trap. And are Gallimimus in the movie?
No.
You're incorrect.
They are?
They are in the movie.
I don't remember.
Yes, 2 times at least. Once they're... You remember the scene in Jurassic Park, the first movie, where they're running and they're watching the herd of dinosaurs? Mm-hmm. Those are Gallimimus.
Yeah.
Remember, he's like, oh, Gallimimus. And in the movie, you see a herd of them, but the people are in the truck. Do you remember that scene?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So there was like a safari truck and people, and they're riding along with the Gallimimus instead of running with them like in Jurassic Park.
I also noticed, you keep.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, in Lego Dino, they call it those raptors too, the Gallimimus, in the Lego Dino 2012.
Oh.
But which? Okay.
Yeah, so the Gallimimus is a harmless dinosaur. They're in the movie. Do you remember where they were the other time? No, they were smaller in the Jurassic World.
So
they were in the petting zoo.
Yeah. In the petting zoo.
Yeah, they had a petting zoo where they had baby Triceratops where kids could ride the Triceratops, and they had the Gallimimus in there. But you had to be paying attention. So, but there was no like trap to catch the Gallimimus. But so yes, there is Gallimimus in the set.
Yeah, like what Lego did, they took like all the herbivore dinosaurs, like the Gallimimus. They made it look like that was escaped, but all the herbivores are basically in one like big open area because they know that the herbivores wouldn't really eat the humans. They may break stuff like in Lost World, but they wouldn't.
I think the only all the dangerous dinosaurs or pteranodons, like they were all in isolated pens. Like the T-Rex had his own pen. Mm-hmm. The pteranodons were in an atrium.
Yeah, the pteranodons and the other type of flying.
There was another flying dinosaur.
That was like a total meat eater. Like
had big jaws.
Carnivore.
But everything else looked like it was open, the way they depicted it. Mm-hmm. So, they didn't have a lot of predatorial type dinosaurs. I mean, I guess the Dilophosaurus, and they said how many species? Like they had 14 species, I think is what they said, were on the island. I don't know. So that's those 7. There's one more set. Do you know what that is?
It's the dimensions. So,
Oh, there's a set with the dimensions.
yeah, the Jurassic World dimensions.
What's going to come with that?
It's going to have a brick-built Velociraptor, Owen, and something else.
All right, so we got the dimensions to get later. And then there's a Toys R Us build that will be coming up on June 20th.
Yeah, I can't wait for that.
Which is the doors.
Yeah, that's like the main thing I've always wanted. I wish they made an actual set of the monorail.
Oh, that was my next segment. So we'll just go right into it. Things that I wish they had made.
We could make the monorail using the old classic.
Use the classic monorail. I said this would have been a great opportunity for LEGO to bring back the monorail. They have this monorail train in the park. It's kind of like Disney. Disney parks where they have the monorail, but man, why didn't they? Oh,
how much money did LEGO would have made? People would have bought like multiple things of that set.
You know, like the latest, the cargo trains that LEGO's always making, they're usually around the $200 range. I would have paid $200 for a monorail.
I would. Yeah.
They just give me an oval and a few little accessories and make it compatible with the old monorail. That would have been awesome. So I think they missed the boat on that. I think they got most of the dinosaurs correct, and although I normally don't like Pteranodons, you do need a lot of Pteranodons to
I didn't like them in Jurassic Park 3.
No.
But you remember how in Jurassic World they were swimming under the water?
Yeah.
In Jurassic Park 3 they weren't able to do that.
Yeah, it's like they had trouble when they got in the water.
It's because I think it was the current in Jurassic Park 3.
Oh, and another key dinosaur that was left out of the sets, which you can get in smaller form in the dino sets that came out in 2001. I've reviewed it. The Mosasaurus, is that how you say it?
Oh yeah.
It's like the biggest dinosaur.
That was like basically the main one that defeated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like a bit character in the movie.
I was thinking, what if they you know how sometimes for like, remember Star Wars for Jar Jar Binks that had like a person that was wearing like some green screen stuff? Like what if they had like someone with a hand puppet for them?
I don't know. But basically the Mosasaurus, you see almost all of her scenes in the previews, because you got the scene where it eats the
but not the
shark.
Good one. Not the good one though.
Yeah, it eats the shark. You see there's a scene in the previews where the people can see it from underneath. And then where it's eating a pteranodon. Those are all in the previews. What you don't see in the preview is that the pteranodon had a woman, carrying a woman when he came up and ate it. And then the key scene at the end of the movie is not in the previews. So they gave a lot away, I think, with the previews. Kind of made the movie a little bit predictable. So.
But I'm just happy with some of the good scenes that were in the movie that weren't in the previews.
Yeah. All right, so we've seen the movie. We've given you a few spoilers. We're not going to go through a point-by-point synopsis of everything. I just wanted to show you how the sets compare. And the next part of this video, we're going to talk about what we think about the movie and how it compares to the older Jurassic Park, Lost World, Jurassic Park 3 movies. So, first of all, did you enjoy the movie?
Yes.
Okay, yes. I did enjoy the movie. I don't think I made that clear. I didn't even say it in the last video I did. I just, my reaction right after the movie
was like,
I was a little bit disappointed because,
what just happened?
Well,
that's right.
That's why you felt. Well, for me personally, it was, I kind of saw everything coming. There were a few things I didn't completely anticipate, but pretty much the ending. You know what's going to happen. Even when the kind of surprise thing at the end, you saw it coming. You knew it was going to happen.
No, I'm going to quit watching the trailers for Star Wars now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's like, next time there's a movie coming out that I really want to see,
don't watch it.
I'm not going to watch the trailers, because I think they did give too much away in the trailers. Now, like with Jurassic Park, the first movie, I had actually read the book, so I was in eager anticipation of the movie. They did change a lot of things, not a few things from
the
book. They
changed what happened and they put it into different movies.
They did things like that, but they didn't give you all these shots in all the previews to where it ruined the movie for you. And I'm not saying Jurassic World ruined the movie for me. I think they could have put a few less details in the previews. So, did like the movie. I do recommend it. I do feel it was a good movie. There were a lot of things that were kind of ridiculous. Like, I'll give you an example. When after the Indominus Rex escapes and they're going to capture him, they got these little tiny taser guns. I mean, how stupid. I mean, if you were a real ACU guy, and you're going to get the Indominus Rex, and I got this taser gun.
I would be like, just give me a rocket launcher.
I'm like, yeah, why don't they bring out the big gear? I mean, like, are they... Oh,
they wanted to keep it alive, remember?
Right. They didn't want to kill it because it was an asset. But, my goodness, I was like... and so you got... You know they're going to get killed. You can't take... I mean, even if they want to capture it...
What are you going to do with it now?
Yeah.
I mean...
But think about in the second Jurassic Park movie, Lost World. You remember the hunter? Mm-hmm. He took down the T-Rex with a tranquilizer.
And then wait, hold on. Yeah, because the tranquilizers, I think they were designed to where they would.
Why didn't they have something like that?
Yeah. I think
instead of a taser.
Also, this is going to be in Jurassic Lost World. I liked how the guy that reminded me of Captain Picard.
In the Lost World.
Yeah, remember, like, he was doing all the hunting, and then he just decided to quit because he knew what was going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, but, like, back to Jurassic World. I just want to say
so, how does these movies rank, then, with the others? I'll go first, I guess.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm still partial to Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
And that reminds me. In the movie, there's a guy that works at the control room who he has a Jurassic Park T-shirt, which are apparently banned because they don't want the bad memories from the bad experience of Jurassic Park.
He's like, I don't care. Like, he's like,
he got it on eBay.
He's like, mint condition's like $300. I got it for $150.
Actually, I think he said $3,000. It was mint condition. It would be, but I'd say give us little references like that to Jurassic Park, paying homage to it.
Oh yeah, they went into the original visitor center.
Yeah, that's in the movie. You can see the remnants of it.
I'm glad they did all that though, like with the original movies. So
that's because obviously this movie wasn't based off of any of Michael Crichton's ideas, but I think I take it back. It's been 24 years since I read the book. When did the book come out? 92, 23 years. I can't remember. It might have been 91.
Yeah, because I don't think 2 years after the book came out they would have made the movie.
1990.
Yeah.
I have to go back and look. So anyway, it's been a long time since I read the book, and I know that there were things in like Jurassic Park 3 that they took from the other books that got left out.
That's what I liked about Jurassic Park 3.
I think maybe the scene where Owen is hiding under the car, that was in the Lost World book. They were hiding under the car. T-Rex was coming, and the girl. I don't remember. That's why I can't remember. Did she cover her because it was a girl under the car?
Oh, remember?
You didn't read the book.
I know, but in the Lost World movie, she had like the T-Rex blood trying to track the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Come get them.
So, it's like I can't remember from Lost World book, but there was a scene where they were under the car and they were being tracked. Of course, this time it was Indominus, but he covered himself in the gasoline or the fluid.
So he'd blend in with the car.
So the car wouldn't. Yeah, he wouldn't smell them. So. There are some tie-ins possibly with Lost World that maybe were derived from ideas in the first couple of movies. I have to go back and read the books, but so where do we rank these? There's Jurassic Park, Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, and Jurassic World. So let's start with what would you give as number 4?
You mean like me?
Yeah, if we were ranking them from 4 to 1.
I would give it 4.
Lost World is number 4. Jurassic World.
Jurassic World, I'm kind of ranking them how they were made. Like, I like Jurassic Park, then I like Jurassic World, then I like Jurassic Park 3, then I like Jurassic.
Well, you just gave away. I was going to go 4, 3, 2, 1. You just told them right your whole thing. That's okay.
But
that's all right. So you like Jurassic Park the best.
Mhm.
All right. Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's tough to sometimes improve on the original. I know a lot of times with trilogies or sequels that
third movies usually not the best.
sometimes the movies get better, sometimes they get worse, sometimes you think, what are they thinking doing more movies?
That's not with Star Wars though. I mean, I liked all of them.
Yeah, but it's like with Star Wars, even with Star Wars Episode 4, which is the first one, yeah, I'm still kind of partial to that, although Episode 2, I mean, there's other ones.
Empire Strikes Back's my favorite.
Yeah, I think original trilogy is better because there's such horrible lines in the episodes 1, 2, and 3. But now we're not talking about Star Wars here. But so instead of going 4 to 1, we'll just, you already said it. So Jurassic Park was my favorite, and you said Lost World would be your second favorite.
I'm not saying Jurassic World was still one of my favorite movies I've seen this year. Because most of the movies I've seen this year aren't that great.
Well, I'm trying to decide where I want to rank Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, and Jurassic World.
I think Lost World was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Mainly because it had Jeff Goldblum in it.
Yeah, and I think
he was also in. They had him on a magazine in Lost World. I mean Jurassic World.
Yeah, kind of similar to what they did in Jurassic Park 3, I think. Then they refer to him.
Oh yeah. Chaos Theory.
Yeah. So, and I like Ian Malcolm's character, so it's. I kind of want to put Lost World number 2, but there's things about Jurassic Park 3 that I like. But Jurassic Park 3, I think, was the movie proceeded in a more realistic manner, if you ask me, than some of the other ones.
Except the Spinosaurus, because in real life the Spinosaurus was smaller than a T-Rex.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people didn't like about Jurassic Park 3 is that the Spinosaurus killed T-Rex.
That's why in Jurassic World they had the T-Rex busted the Spinosaurus fossil.
Oh, there was a fossil?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm kind of torn, but I'll just say I'll go with the same ranking, although I kind of want to put Jurassic Park 3 ahead of The Lost World. So the reason probably why, for me, that Jurassic World ranks number 4 is because there was just some ridiculous things that if I'm like trying to put myself in an impossible situation like these people were in, would I do the same thing? No. Like when the Pteranodons are attacking all the people, all right, why are the people still running out in the open? Why aren't they trying to go to the sides?
Because some of the Pteranodons were busting through the windows.
Oh, and then they were coming out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It just seemed, it's like that whole scene is going forever, and people are still running back and forth like this, out in the open. If I see a giant bird trying to come and capture me and eat me, I'm not going to be just, oh, let me run back this way. Let me run this way. Let me run this way. I mean, like, go. Even if you can't fit, just go to the sides. Why are they just zigzagging back and forth? I don't know. That's my personal opinion. Were there any other things that just what people did that just like, come on? Like, you know, when the Indominus escapes, it's basically escapes because of human error, which that's believable. But
yeah, because I think something like that would happen in real life. You were so scared you weren't thinking.
Right. So you got 3 people that are going to get eaten or killed by the Indominus. In reality, they probably should have sacrificed themselves so that he doesn't escape, but they tried to get out, and that allowed the Indominus to get out. So I guess that's kind of believable, but you know, the whole thing with the kids going and exploring in the gyrosphere is like...
That was the older brother, because I can't really like his character because he was mean to Gray.
Oh, yes. I do want to say this. Zach, I think that is one of the most accurate portrayals of a teenage boy I have ever seen. Now, you're not probably as old as he was, but remember he was, at the beginning, he's like his girlfriend, and they're just all looking at each
Me
other.
too.
And then during the movie, he's looking at every other girl that's at the park. I was like, that is so realistic. He was like, all he was interested in was girls, and Gray's all into the dinosaurs, and Zach's getting embarrassed because of things Gray says. I mean, that was just, I loved that part of the movie. So that was great. And at first I thought it was kind of, why do they keep showing him looking at these girls? But I think
That's
that tied
real
into
life,
building the characters. So that, it was real life.
What was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry. I get to talking and
yeah. Let me think. I was talking about their character. I mean, Gray is. I liked. Oh yeah, I remember. Okay, I remember when they were at when the Indominus busted through the old visitor center. I was like, you can't do that. You just stole the T-Rex's scene when the T-Rex busted through. Okay, and also, all the main characters in the first movie are similar to the main characters in Jurassic World because Ian Malcolm, his friend Tim, and then his sister all were like that in Jurassic World with Owen, Claire, Zach, and Gray when they were all in the middle watching the T-Rex fight the Indominus.
Oh yeah,
that kind of reminded me of the first movie.
Yeah, the scenes, and I think they did that some things like that in the movie. I think were done intentionally to kind of be a reference to the first movie, but maybe in a different setting. But yeah, they did pay respect to the original. So anyway, that is what we think of the movies, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you've already watched the movie if you're watching this, because we don't want to ruin anything for you, but that's how we feel about the movie and how the Lego sets relate to it. So thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the reviews, we'll put links to those in the description.
I need to review the sets now. I only reviewed one, and everyone was like, what are you doing?
And when he gets done with his reviews, I'll put links to those too, so you can see his perspective on the sets. And they are good dinosaurs. We like those dinosaurs. The movie was a good enough movie to go see, but we would not rank it above the previous 3.
It was kind of scary to me. I usually don't get scared of Jurassic Park movies. Like, I wasn't scared when I watched the first one. Like, after y'all told me, oh, you're gonna get nightmares and watch it. I was like, nah, I didn't get nightmares.
But this one was scary?
This one was scary, mainly because the Velociraptors. I mean, it was like in Lost World when the Velociraptors were eating the people. It was like that.
Yeah.
Except scary.
Yeah. I don't know.
I do. I know.
So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video. This is BrickTsar.
And beam up the bricks. We got it right that time. Because I
usually you say your BrickTsar. So let's smile now. Okay.
I was like Geico.